Hi, my name is Pammy, and my mission is to see you succeed. Today we're going to cover 5 tips on how to deal or avoid post-grad depression. So you graduated. It is super exciting, but now what? Now there is so much pressure to get the perfect job and get paid a certain amount and compare it with your peers and all of these expectations that society puts on us. It is scary and overwhelming, and it is normal to have these feelings after graduation, whenever you're starting your life. After all, you're making a decision that's going to last for the rest of your life. It's too much pressure to put on yourself. So in order to cope with all of those feelings, today I wanted to make sure that I gave you 5 different tips to reset your expectations and set yourself up for success. Tip number 1, you want to know why you're here and define your goals. Now, you made the decision after high school to pick a degree in college. You were a teenager. If you're not passionate about what you've been studying about, or if you changed the last minute, that is completely fine. You need to figure out not necessarily what you're supposed to do, but what you want to do. You want to make sure that you don't waste your entire life pursuing something that someone told you to do, that your parents forced you into, or not to waste your degree. A degree is a piece of paper. It's not you, and it's not your worth and value. Try and define what success means to you. What do you love? What makes you happy? What do you want to feel? What makes you excited? And focus on your strengths. Make sure that it's something that you shine in, that you're better at others at doing, and that you're passionate about, all in all. After all, how can you really achieve your goals if you can't define what they are? You need to know your why and find your purpose. And don't worry, this is a huge overloaded question, and there are exercises step by step that you can take to get a step closer on knowing what your purpose is. And I have a video that's going to really help you find and define what your goals are so that you can get on the road to actually achieving them. Tip number 2, you need to make sure you reset your expectations and bust a myth. After graduations, everybody always puts so much pressure on us to have it figured out right away. Everybody's asking you, what are you gonna do? Oh, have you heard that that friend of ours got the perfect job and it pays so much money? And you're here thinking to yourself, man, I still haven't gotten a job. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I've been applying. People aren't calling me back. And it is normal to feel sad whenever you're feeling that way and you're feeling like you're comparing yourself to others and you're not at the same point where you wish you were. That's not always how it works. Not everything is gonna come right away and easy. But guess what? You're luckier because you have more time to decide and test the waters and see exactly what it is that makes you happiest. Yes, some people have it easier because they have their path already carved for them by their parents. But what if that wasn't their dream? You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So please don't compare yourself to others and stay in your own lane, and make sure you do whatever is best for you, only with your opinion and your heart in mind as a priority. You don't want to do whatever other people tell you to do. Now, I don't want you to take it to the extreme and just sit and wait, because nothing is gonna happen. You need to take action in order to achieve your goals. And honestly, college is exhausting. It's been 4 years that you've been on this race, and now finally you're at the end. It is okay to take some time to yourself, to rest and to recharge before you jump on to the next thing. Because if you go directly from graduation to a job without giving yourself a break, you're gonna be more than likely burnt out unless you're pursuing your true passion. Now, when I say take a break, I don't mean take a year off to Bali to soul search unless you have the means to do so. I am really not for racking up debt. If you don't have to, you need to try to have a plan in place. You don't want to ruin your credit and to make poor decisions that will not help your future self. So make sure whatever decision you do, it is a calculated risk and not impulsive, and you're really watching out for your future as well. You don't want to end up in a few years being overwhelmed, not able to pay off your debt with bad credit, and not setting yourself up for all of the things that you could have in your future. Tip number 3, you want to give yourself a little tough love and give up all excuses. You want to take 100% responsibility of your own action and your own life. You don't want to blame everything and everyone for the things that are not going right for you. And there is honestly something empowering about that, because if something is not going right in your life and you can look at things objectively and you can realize that you are at fault for that, guess what? You have the power to fix it. You are your own solution. You can just literally take corrective action and move on towards the path that you know is going to fix that particular problem. Now, another thing that I feel is worth pointing out, you want to stop assuming other people's feelings or other people's decisions before they even make them. Now, if you apply for a job or if you have an interview and it went fine, but you don't really necessarily know the outcome, but you continue to repeat to yourself, man, I'm really not gonna get it. Whenever you go into it, you're like, I'm sure that there's other people that are more qualified. Why would they pick me over someone else? That is not something you want to do. That is something that even if you're not saying directly to the other person interviewing you or to the other person that you're networking with, it does come across in your demeanor. It does come across in the way that you speak, the way that your body language and the way that you portray yourself. You can see it. So you want to truly, fully believe in yourself without a doubt. And honestly, just don't give yourself any option for failure. Give yourself no other option. You go in it and you say, this is my dream job, or this in entrepreneurship is what I want to do. And give up all other options. You say, I'm going after this, and stop assuming what other people are gonna feel. You don't wanna put an answer in their mouth before they even had the time to assess the situation. You want to call them. And if they didn't like you and you were right at assuming that particular feeling that you were feeling at the time, you need to ask them why, and put your ego aside and try to figure out, is it something that you did? Is it something that you said? What exactly was it? Was it something on your resume? Ask them. Literally just ask them. It could be something so simple. It could be something that you could fix in a second. For example, one time, and I did it kind of reversed because I actually worked for most of my college career. And I went after my dream job, or my dream job at the time, because obviously when you grow, your opinion changes with it. But at the time, I really, really wanted this job. This company is actually one of the top 100 companies, was a really respected job in the area that I live in. So I went for it and I applied 7 different times before getting the job. It is so difficult to get in. But I actually had done something so silly. I am not obviously from United States. You can hear it in my accent. I'm sure I'm from Italy. And I got confused on one of the questions that I had asked in the questionnaire. And I apparently had put something that I can work in the United States, but I didn't have like a permanent residence, because I was thinking, oh, my green card and my permanent, it doesn't matter. Regardless, now I'm a citizen, so I don't have that problem anymore. But I had made such a silly mistake that as soon as I asked, I'm so sorry, but what exactly is it that is not getting me hired? I tried so many times and I want to know how to correct it for the future. And she told me, well, you're not allowed to work in the United States. And I was like, what? Yes, I am allowed to work in the United States. I'm working right now. And guess what? I got the job. I just needed to correct something so silly. And if I would have assumed that just wasn't good enough, it would have just hurt my entire morale and my entire persona, when I didn't even need to worry about that. So just ask. Tip number 4, you need to set up a structured schedule. Now, because in school you've been told what to do and you've had a structured schedule throughout the entire years of schooling that you've had, it is hard to time block your own schedule and set up that internal discipline of being good and committed to your goals. Now, one thing that I really like and that it really helps me on this is this productivity planner. I love it and I use it every single day, and I can show you right here how it works. And besides my mess here, oh my gosh, seriously. Okay, so you can see how it works right here. It works per priority. You have priority number 1, second priority, and third priority. So you can just literally set up your schedule all around finding the job if that's your goal, or if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can set up your schedule that way by priority as well, but you need to constantly be working towards something in order to achieve it, right? So you could be, for example, if you're looking for a job or if you're looking to network, you could go ahead and set up your schedule as in, I'm gonna set up some meetings, I'm gonna go ahead and do some follow-up calls, have some time for some applications, go to some career fairs, go to free seminars to further my education and just make me even that much more valuable to my own company or to someone else's company. And you could just even get certifications. Say that you're a marketer, you could get some Google certifications, some Facebook certifications that are just gonna position you a step ahead of the competition, because if other people aren't doing this and you are, now all of a sudden you stand out and you position yourself as someone responsible, someone self-disciplined, someone self-motivated, and companies really love that. Those type of people are really valuable to anybody, whether you're working for yourself or whether you're working for someone else. And this is something that I see a lot of my friends not doing. You want to really make sure that you hone in on this skill of the time management and productivity versus keeping busy or doing nothing, because that is going to be the distinctions between being successful and not achieving what you want. You want to go ahead and take this crucial step towards your successes in life. And it just, honestly, it's so easy to get sidetracked if you don't do this. It's not even about it being a self-development tip that I'm trying to push on you and everybody's trying to push on you. It is the truth. If you don't have it set up and structured, it is so easy to get overwhelmed with tasks, even for myself, or at least maybe it's just me. I mean, I don't know. But if I have 15 tasks, some days I just wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I just can't do it all. I don't even know where to start. So if I have it written down, okay, like I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'm gonna write down scripts for YouTube, or I'm gonna set up my website, or I'm gonna learn how to get a certification for Google Analytics, or whatever the case might be for you. It is so much easier to just achieve it if you have a time already blocked out for that specific tasks. And that is also how it works in corporate. So whichever way you decide to go, whether it's corporate or entrepreneurship, it is going to come in handy for you. So take it to heart, do it. Tip number 5 is to practice confidence, visualization, law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. You want to believe in yourself truly, fully, 100% and completely. And I know it's overkill, but honestly, it is what it takes, because if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect someone else to believe in you? It just doesn't work that way. It's just human nature. Whenever someone has that confidence and that fire, that drive, that motivation and passion to pursue their goals, it motivates everybody around them to go after their goals as well. And it just creates something beautiful, a sense of community and a sense of purpose and fulfillment. So just go ahead and be yourself. Nobody's judging you. And if they are, honestly, you don't need them anyways. So do you and be happy. It's as simple as that. Just don't let anybody else tell you who you should be, what you should do. It's just ridiculous, honestly. You're never gonna achieve happiness that way. Now, I'm sure everybody knows by now, but the law of attraction is just maintaining a positive expectancy and matching your vibrations with whatever you want the universe to bring back to you. I can make a full video about that if you want. You can just write it in a comment below, but I don't want to parrot what is already out there. I can make it quicker and bring in all of the research and books, because I'm a little bit obsessive about self-development, and make it all into a video for you. So just let me know. But that's pretty much what it is whatever you put out is whatever comes back in. And visualization instead is visualizing, feeling, acting, looking like as if you're already there. And already there is, I mean, your end goal, whatever you want to achieve. If I want to be a CEO, I need to start acting like it. I need to start talking like one. I need to start believing I am one and dressing like one and really play the part. Just really the only way that you can do that though is if you know how to define your goals and if you know what you want, you're prepared to define it. Really, that's all it is. And you want to accept and forgive yourself for the past and be ready to welcome the new you. No matter what decision you made before, it is fixable, everything's fixable. So we're here for a short time. You don't want to make a big dramatic catastrophe about something whenever it's not needed. Right now you're looking for a job and you're just in this funk, but it is fixable. It is something that you can achieve. There's bigger problems out there, and you really, the power is in your hands right now. It's the best time of our lives. If you really think about it, we have so many options right now to be ourselves and to take risks and to find what we love. The options are really limitless. But honestly, if you take anything away from this video, this is the most important tip. You need to remember that the way that you react to any given situation is the outcome of your successes and failures. So make sure that you are aligned with whatever you want to achieve and that you look into your own self first, because you are the source of everything. Alright, so after getting so deep, this is so far in the video the main key points of what you can do to right away to apply to your life to set yourself up for success and how to deal or avoid with post-grad depression. So if you don't have your mind 100% made up on what your purpose is and what your goals are, stick around, because on the next video, I'm gonna go ahead and share some juicy tips, tricks, and hacks and practical exercises really that you can apply and find your purpose and define your goals right away. Literally by the end of the next video, you can just pause it, write it out. It's easy as that. You just find out your purpose by the next video, or at least get a step closer, right? But if you don't want to miss it and this sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification bell below so that you don't miss out on all my secrets. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.